Okay, everybody, we're back. Number 46. And still got the Cohiba going, the blue label. And I can't say it getting much better than that. Don't forget, I'm sporting the gear. Go in there and check it out. So we wrapped up 45. You're talking about Curt Flood. So let's continue that conversation with Curt.
Curt Flood, okay.
Tell the people maybe don't know who he was. Or
Curt Flood was from Oakland, and he went to play for the Cardinals.
Right.
And he's the one that created free agents.
Right. I remember.
Okay, but see, Curt Flood was an artist. He was a thinker. Okay, besides being a ball player. Okay, and they didn't like that.
He was a threat.
Well, he after he went to set up free agency, he couldn't play baseball anymore. And he went to France. I think he ended up in France.
Because he didn't play after the Cardinals.
No.
He didn't.
After they did free agency, he didn't play no more. But he ended up living in France.
How old was he when he was
35, maybe 30.
So his career was kind of topping out.
Yeah.
But
he came along. He came along the same time that Frank Robinson and Vada Pincer came along. Okay, and see, back in those days, like with Joe Morgan, I played against him in high school, but he wanted to play baseball. Those guys wanted to play baseball. Okay, and so when you that's what you want to do, and you become good at that, then you go along with the program that goes along. Just like when I asked you, what did folks think about me, and I asked that question to you, and because you can hear what they say, and what they ask you about me but they couldn't understand me. Okay, and what they couldn't understand is that I didn't fit the stereotype.
Well, it might be a naivety. I'm sure it was naivety on my part, but I never, in any people that had conversations about you to me, based on the fact that you and I were partners in a relationship, I didn't note any what I thought was racism, or like how about this or how
how can you stand to work with that guy?
Well,
No.
it wasn't literally that, but it was more like he's tough. He's tough. It must be tough. I mean, I'm going to say they didn't come right out and say it, but they kind of insinuated that it must have been difficult for me to have to, not necessarily have to, but to be your working partner.
And they didn't realize how.
And I don't know if they were picking my brain to see what or I was going to say. Oh yeah, he's a pain in the ass. Or this,
well, that's what they wanted to hear.
But but see, I just didn't never went down that road.
Well, let me ask you a question. Was I the person that they thought I was in your mind?
No, not at all. That's the one thing people how's this or how's that, and I'm going, oh, okay, and I'm thinking, well, I don't think you really know him. I mean, I even to this day, I mean, we've been friends a long time. We've worked together a long time, and you mentioned it, I think, on one of our last couple of episodes. That I really don't know you that well, and
well, let me ask you a question. What do you know about me? What do you know about me as in your mind, from your point of view?
Well, I see you as a person with a lot of depth, a lot of experiences, a lot of insight, even the stuff that you come right out and say, or you don't directly come out and try and teach me, but there's a mentoring there, or you'll say something, and I'm just like saying, yeah, I mean, you helped me grow. Not only as an educator, but as a man and as a white man in a world where, and I went to school. I have an education. I studied ethnic studies, and I had a sociology degree, and I mean I understood the theory of racism and what it was, but as a white person, I never experienced it. I didn't have to live it. I know that, and I know that to this day. And I'll admit that's a frustrating thing for me sometimes when I talk to people, white friends, white family members, who just don't get that, and I don't know how, and I don't really know how.
Did they ever ask you about the podcast?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean,
Marianne?
Well, Marianne, she watches it. She hears it. She knows. She knows our relationship. She knows what I've shared over the years. She knows you in a sense, not like I know you, but she knows you as somebody that's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and also somebody that I worked with. And I'm the first to say that you taught me way more than I could ever thank you for. You made me a better person, and a person that's more truthfully insightful than I would have been had I not had a relationship with you.
And the fact that we both we're working for the same goals, family.
Well, we had, I think, and like you said, you chose me, and there's a history. We've talked about that many times in our podcast, and how we came about. But there, like you said, there was a growth in our relationship, and we, like I said, you taught me a lot. That's all I can say.
You taught me.
What did I teach you? What did you taught me for my relationship with you?
You taught me patience.
Really?
Okay, and the ability to see the good over the bad in kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that's what you saw.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what you saw, and so instead of me saying everybody is, even though the kid was bad, okay, let's give him another chance. Let's continue to let's try another ploy. Okay, instead of closing the door. Okay, and we never closed the door on anybody.
Not permanently.
No.
We might have said, "Hey, there's the door."
Yeah.
But the door, we used to jokingly say, we always had left the light on.
Left the
door
light
unlocked, and you come back in.
And if you came back in, we just start from scratch. And we didn't rehash. No, are you ready? And if they were ready, then we kept on going.
I think that was truly one of the keys to our success.
Oh yeah.
To do that.
Oh yeah. Because the individual has to learn for themselves. They have to make that decision. This is the place I need to be for my own well-being.
Well, that's what we tried to. That's what we tried to create.
Okay, because you see, all too often we get one shot and that's it. And today, especially in today's day, the system is set up for if you made the wrong turn, you keep on going the wrong way.
Then you can't get back.
No, because people are not. They're not conditioned, and they're not primed to give the individual that opportunity again. Because they take it personal. See, when you take it personal, then you can't be a giver. You can't. Because they used to call me nigga, this, that, you this, that, but I didn't take it personal because I realized. They knew nothing about what they were talking about. Kid, you listen to somebody, and when it didn't work, and they said, "Well, blah blah blah." I said, "No, well, this is why I'm here. Do you want an education?" Okay.
I don't think we never played games here.
No, you don't. Those are human beings. Okay, I mean that's not what Even we knew a lot of educators that did, and they couldn't figure out why. Well, because when you play games with folks, they master the game and they catch you. They catch you with the emperor with no clothes on.
Yeah.
Okay, and kids never caught us that way because we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Which I can't say other folks.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying I don't think that other teachers in our programs do the same way. I mean,
Well,
give them another chance.
Think about this. We make good money. We had good hours. Okay? And some folks say, all I have to do is sit in the room. This one, and I started out with 14 kids, and then I ended up with 7 kids. I don't care. What about those other kids you sit out?
Yeah, where'd they go? What happened to them?
And we dealt with them.
Do they matter?
Okay, we didn't send anybody out. We dealt with them. See, that's all they asked. That's what they want. They want to be dealt with. Okay.
And they want to test, and they want to see, if you're for real, whether you really believe what you say or.
I remember when a kid came to me and said, "Mr. Steele, all the other teachers say you make so much money, and that's the reason why you're here." And I said, "Well, let me explain something to you. The reason why I make so much money is because I'm educated, and I'm making a maximum amount of money for my education."
And that, to me, is a message to them that education is.
So always. And the other teachers, well, they had, and those are the teachers that they're supposed to have 20 in the classroom, and they could only get 10 to class, and 5 if they didn't sit on the rest of them out. And we had, 45?
Oh, yeah.
We had 60 kids, and they were showing up. And they sent us all the bad kids that didn't want. And they asked me, how come that kid was coming to school when I couldn't get him to come to school? Well, if you don't make your environment one that's student friendly, they're not going to come. It's just like going to a restaurant. If they don't give you good service, are you going to go back here again? Okay, you see what I'm saying? No matter how good the food is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that it's all about being human.
That's it. And the only difference between me and you is the color of my skin.
I think for sure.
Okay, you got what I'm saying?
Our philosophy for education.
Okay, the only difference between me and you is the color of my skin, and we think about helping people. No matter what color their skin is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, think about our population was 90% Hispanic.
I kind of think sometimes that some of our peers who didn't really see the human side of the students, didn't really feel what they felt, and tried to understand what they were experiencing in life.
Well, if you come from a superior point of view, and think that you shouldn't be here, you're da 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 da. I had a lot of teachers that said, "Oh, you guys are illegal, or you can't learn, you can't do this."
Right.
But we're there to teach.
Mm-hmm.
We're there to educate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if you don't educate, why are you there? Okay, are you there just to draw the paycheck? Or are you there to impart knowledge and information to people who need it so that they can live a productive, positive life?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, and that's where I was at, and that's when I first, I watched you, and I said, okay, Larry, he's even tempered. He's that's what I need. I need that in the program.
Well, it's nice to hear that, because I know you said something a while back, not that long ago, about you knew I sometimes couldn't, I couldn't hold.
What was that?
That's water.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. I couldn't lay the hammer down or whatever, something along those lines, and I acknowledge that
I understood that, so that's why I was a him.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I knew that. I knew, and why in the environment do we need 2 hammers?
Well, yeah, because if you have 2 hammers, then everything gets smashed, right?
Yeah. But when the hammer had to be laid, I was the one, because I could take the heat.
Yeah.
Okay, and not that you couldn't take the heat, but that was not your personality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I understood that, and I don't think I ever put you in a situation where you had to be uncomfortable, being the hammer.
Right.
Okay, because you need that environment where there's one constant a good guy, then there's the bad guy.
Good cop, bad cop. Is there something?
Yeah. That's what that's basically what we was. The guys would go to you and say that Mr. Steele is blah 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 blah, and you would say whatever you would say to them. Okay, but what are you doing? Blah blah whatever, and they say, oh okay, but somebody had to maintain the level of consistency that we had going on, and that's what we had to do.
Well, I know when I was the administrator at Los Pinos, I dealt with the discipline, so I would get these students sent out and who got up in the teacher's face or whatever, and I would have a conversation with them and try to explain to them and understanding where the teacher was coming from, and then made then the teacher and the students sit down together and try to reconcile it. And then I'm not saying, I mean, for the most part, it was successful. There were times where the student would go back and still act the same way, but it was a process.
Did the teacher change? See, what has to happen in any relationship, okay, one person can change, but if the other person doesn't change, then the relationship is no good.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay, that's why people get divorced.
Right. It's no matter if you put in the work, the other one, on the other hand, isn't going through and trying to make the change and adjustment and transition. And it won't work.
It won't work.
So I would have to say that, our success was based on that, where we could work with students. And like you said, there were times when they had to be shown the door, but they came back and we tried to.
If you want to give it another shot, come on back.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you come back, you got to be ready to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be just like everybody else in the classroom. You got to be responsible.
Right.
And what people don't do today is teach young people how to be responsible. Okay?
Right.
You can't give them all the things that they want without them understanding that there's something that you have to do to earn these things.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And now really all my emphasis and effort is on the grandkids, trying to teach them that.
Yeah.
And
how to get along.
Yeah, and there's work, and then they have their days when they don't.
Yeah.
And I had a day yesterday where I had to really get on them and take away one of their treats that they wanted so badly, but they just didn't. And I felt bad as I wasn't want to give in to them because it was important to them.
Once you give in,
yeah, I know. My wife was the one that told me don't do it, don't give in, and I didn't. And things were better today.
That's your nature.
Yeah, it is my nature. I agree. It's my fault, if you will.
Yeah, no, that's okay. And just like with my children, they learn, and I go back to the time when my son was living with us, and he was mad, and he wanted to run away.
Mm-hmm. How old was he at this time?
Oh, he was about 12.
Yeah, right.
12. Mm-hmm. And he told the girls, "Well, let's run away because Daddy is mean."
Yeah.
And you know what the girls told him? They told him, "If you tell the truth, you don't have no trouble."
Yeah, they said it straight.
They said, "If you tell the truth, he ain't gonna do nothing to you."
Yeah. He didn't want to hear that.
No, he didn't want to hear that. Okay, and that's what has happened to him. He's 50. How old is he now? 54, and he's living on the streets.
Yeah.
Okay, but he knows everything, and every time somebody tells him the truth, he moves away from that environment. He moves away.
He doesn't want to accept that truth.
No.
So we say we search for the truth, but that's a truth.
That's the truth. That's the truth, because when people used to tell me about me, Al, you're this and you're that, and you're da-da-da-da-da, and you're dee-dee-da-da. And so when I went into counseling, and I said, and my counselor said, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just the people around you who want to change you, but they don't want to change themselves.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
They want you to be like them. And then I said, okay, I understand. And so that's why the reason why I was who I was, because by me being who I was, I knew that I was going in the right direction.
Now at 81, you still feel that way?
Oh yeah.
You still feel you're navigating it and having to see things, and learn things, and relearn things
every day.
Yeah.
You know, I assess my interaction with people. You know, and the one thing that I've learned that what people don't recognize is that people don't recognize that I'm aware of things.
Well, that's what I know about you, and that's what you taught me is and what I could see is your awareness of what is going on.
I pay attention to everything.
Yeah, you do.
I pay attention to all contacts that I have.
Right.
And you know, I have a lot of little cousins that call me, and they say they ask for money. Okay, and but I don't talk to them every day. Okay, there's other cousins that call me on a regular basis. We talk, we have a conversation. How you doing? And la la la. But the other ones, even after they get the money, they still don't call.
Yeah, right.
you get what I'm talking about?
They got what they wanted. They were.
And they don't realize that they're not. Then they have exposed themselves to me. Okay, and they got what they wanted, but they can't come back for the second helping. Okay,
they got their helping. That's it.
They can't come back.
Only one. We're going to serve you one time.
They can't come back for the second helping. And then it's just like when I talk about my children and how all them being grown, and I've never had to pay a light bill or gas bill or nothing like that. They figured it out for themselves.
Well, that's the little proof in the pudding, you know, and that's kind of what you're trying to, you know. And I have, a 40-year-old and a 38-year-old, and
they figured it out.
But they still are learning too, and you know, and
but they're on their own.
They're independent. Yeah,
they're taking their own bumps.
Right.
You know, they're not running home and saying, "I can't do this and I can't do that." No. It's nice, and I'm in a situation where it's nice for me to say, "Here, some gas money." What you doing there? It's gas money. You do what you want to with it. You know, and then like one of the new, I said, I go halvesy with you on your new computer or whatever. You know, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Not because I want to, just because I want to let them know that I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Okay, and make your life easier because my life has been okay. I mean, at 81, coming up, you know, I can say that it's been a fruitful life. You know, when I put my head on the pillow at night, I know that I don't have nobody out there that's pissed off at me. If they're pissed off at me, that's their problem because I have done nothing to nobody. I just try to get along. And, you know, just think about, you know, all the family, you know, all there's only about 5 or 6 or 7 family members that communicate with me on a regular basis. And even though, you know, if they say I need something, I don't hesitate. Okay, because I know that they're trying to do the best they can.
And see, that's your part of your skill to observe, see the reality, see the truth.
Okay.
And
you know, the ones that they say, well, can you? And I said, I give it to you, so you go on about your business. But they don't click it and say, geez, that was really nice. And maybe I'll call them on a regular basis and see how you doing. But they don't. But that's okay. And I'm not. Hey, I have enough responsibility and taking care of me. Okay, and staying, you know, keeping myself together. And then that's the important.
I guess you can't be worried about that, right? You're just taking care of yourself.
Taking care of myself. Okay, so you know, it's a thing. Getting old ain't easy.
What do you find hard about it? I mean, besides the obvious,
is that you can't do the things that you want to do as fast as you want to do them.
Yeah.
and you have to be able to adjust. I rearrange my diet, okay, and but I still make my phone calls. I got a list of people that I call on a regular basis and see how they're doing, and things like that. And everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everybody's going through something, and I just be there and listen and just say I'm here for you. Okay. And do the best I can that way.
Well, based on what you said about your ability, and I totally acknowledge it, your ability to observe things. I have to say, I must be doing a little something right because I'm still allowed to sit here on the porch, share your cigar, share your porch, share your family, and have a few words. And it's
well, Larry, you're a good human being. Okay, that's what I look at. You're a good human being, and that's important to me. When human beings do things without having a recapitulation, that means that's okay. I mean, we go through and we talk. We talk during the week or whatever we do. Mm-hmm. I call you if I haven't heard from you and see how you doing, and just to keep up with the what are you doing today? I mean, how you feeling? And those things are important. And like I tell folks, when I think, I call them and say, I'm thinking about you. And I've said, when I think about you, I'm calling you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to say 2 months down the road, I was thinking about you. Because we don't know how long we're going to be here.
Right, exactly.
And so
I agree with that.
So as long as I'm here, I might as well just do the things that are the right things to do. Mm-hmm. And that's the way I look at it.
Well, with 46 actual Larry and Al Search for Truth podcasts, not to talk about the countless hours of other things that we did when we talked and we filmed, I don't know how many truths we've really come to, but I would have to say one real truth is that we have a good, strong friendship, and that is worth a lot. That's a truth.
That's a truth. Yeah. I mean, and you think about this, we come from different foundations, and we grow closer and closer together,
right? Because
we feel about people the same way.
And like you say, we're both aging. I'm obviously a number of years behind you, but we are aging, and we can see those things, and it's a blessing to be able to.
Well, your eyes are wider open, and you want, and what you want is for your family, for your little grandkids, you want them to have a good life.
Exactly.
You want them to be able to navigate this thing, and be able to have their eyes open and go the right way and make the right moves. Okay, because I don't have any. I have the one granddaughter, but I have three children who have found out how to navigate this society.
Right.
And and it was I think one of the best moves I made was moving out here, and my kids going to Esperanza,
right,
and all going through the whole process where they were the only black, the black kids and minority, and they made friends. They made friends, lifelong friends,
and it's made them. I think that's given them a nice foundation for their success that they're having in their lives.
They're not.
And if you hadn't done that, then maybe it wouldn't be as easy.
And the thing that we don't talk about, think about this. We don't talk about the black-white situation.
Right.
Okay? Because they recognize it and they deal with it.
Yeah, we're not denying it.
No, they don't deny it, and it's there. But they go everywhere. They get ready to go back to Korea. The oldest one just she went to Portugal, and
right.
like I said, she's got to go back. She got to go back up to Canada, and do her thing there. With her one of her little things that she does,
Mhm.
and she speaks up there. And the only thing I tell them is just be careful where you go. Just be careful where you going. Okay, because things are tough. And but the thing about it is that I was telling Lord, she's been around me, and she goes to, and I said, everywhere we go, Lord, I'm the only black person there.
Mhm.
Okay,
Point that out to her.
And folks, sometimes they talk to me like I got a tail, and when I bark back, they say, "Whoa," and I say, "Excuse me,
Right.
I understand English.
You don't know your place, huh?
You are supposed to be doing this for me, not me for you."
Yeah.
Okay. But I that's why I keep quiet, and let it, and when people realize that I have a brain, then they realize that maybe he's smarter than me. Okay.
I get that. I acknowledge that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you don't have to, you don't have to be loud and audacious about you treating me this way or that way. I've been many places where I've watched people go in front of me and get services and all those kind of things. I just sit there and wait.
Yeah.
Wait and just wait and then, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna make an issue out of it. I need to get service.
Yeah.
But so if it's gonna take me longer than it should be, that's fine. Because I ain't leaving here without my service.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know.
Well, I think 46 was good. And
okay.
All the others, and we'll just keep moving.
Keep on moving. And I think
you have a good weekend watching basketball, and we'll be in touch. We'll talk, and I enjoy again sitting out here and spend some time with you. So 46 over and out. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more or hear more.
Yeah.
Send some comments in. I'm going to look at those, and we'll just keep moving.
Keep on moving.
Keep on keeping on.
Thank you. And thank you, Elijah.
Thank you, Elijah. Adios. Those of you that are out there listening, subscribe to our page so that you can get the notifications of when we're going to record again.